Dr. Greenfield, do rats need veterinary care?
Yes, most rats, when they're healthy, don't need any specific medications. They don't get any vaccinations, but we do like to see them regularly for wellness checks, just to make sure that if there's something going on, we catch it early. So this is Dobby. He's here for an examination. The owner found some little scabs on his skin and just wanted him to get checked out. He seems like he's just having some wrestling with his brother, and they're just chewing a little hard on each other. He doesn't like to be held still, but he likes being up high, you can see.
So with that, what do I need to know about pet rat cages or rat habitat?
You want to have them in a cage where the bars are close enough that they can't get through them and can't get stuck in them. Typically a smooth bottom because they don't have a lot of padding on their feet, so you want something soft for them to sit on. They tend to like a little hide box to sleep in. Oftentimes they like a little hammock. And then some sort of bedding to catch their eliminations and for them to have a nice soft place to sit. And then ideally they get some exercise time outside of the cage as well, but you need to definitely pet proof the room that they're going to be in so there's not stuff that they can nibble in and get in trouble with, especially electrical cords.
What do you prefer we feed our pet rats?
There are manufactured pellets specifically for rats that are very healthy for them. They can also get a variety of treats. Rats are omnivores, so there's a lot of snacks that they tend to like. You have to be careful about things being too fatty. Try to avoid seeds, especially. Those can be really fatty and make them a little overweight.
You said that Dobby here has a brother. Do pet rats need friends, or do they like to be loners?
They're usually pretty social, so you can either spend a lot of time with them yourself, give them that social interaction, or if they have another rat with them, you got to be careful because adult rats that aren't used to each other can definitely fight. So if they can be introduced young, that's ideal.
How long do pet rats typically live?
That's the worst thing about rats, is they don't live very long. Typically 1.5 to 3 years is the typical lifespan for a rat. So not as long as we'd like.
And how big do they normally get?
Typically about a pound. Dobby here is about 1.25 pounds, so that's pretty typical for rats.
And you said earlier that pet rats do not need shots or vaccines, but how soon should we bring our pet rats in to see the veterinarian for behavior changes such as eating, not drinking, things like that?
If you're seeing changes and you're thinking that your rat is sick, the sooner the better. These guys can get sick in a hurry and go downhill fast. So if we can see them earlier on in the disease, we have a much better chance of getting them better.
Can you train your pet rat to do tricks?
I'm not so sure about that. You can certainly try, but they would probably have a pretty short attention span. You could use food treats as a reward to try to get them to go through mazes and that sort of thing, certainly. But jumping through hoops, those kind of things, sitting, those kind of things might be more challenging. But they can certainly learn to navigate in search of treats.
Can pet rats be potty trained?
No, unfortunately not. They typically will drop presents wherever they happen to be.
And with that, what kind of bedding do you prefer best for pet rats?
A paper-based bedding is very sanitary for them. You can clean that easily. It typically doesn't carry any problems you need to worry about, and it's one that they can burrow in, move around as they like. Oftentimes they like to redecorate.
Well, thank you, Dr. Greenfield. We appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you, Dobby.